From April the 25th to May 10th, 5 worker members of UE Local 150, along with 2 staff members, traveled to Cuba on the International May Day Brigade, organized by the National Network on Cuba. Our trip was named after Baba Priere, the founding UE150 local president and housekeeper at UNC, along with Brother Ray, a Durham city worker and founding treasurer of the local, who went to Cuba as part of a labor exchange in the late 1990s. Our trip this year included former UE150 President Zakia Royale, Chris Benjamin, a sanitation worker from Durham, Tim Hunt, who works at Rocky Mount Cummins Diesel Engine Plant, Nichelle Dunlap Thompson, former CATS Special Transit Bus Driver, local, former Recorder Secretary, Green Moss, a young state employee in Raleigh, along with 2 staff members, Troya Wright, based in Hampton Roads, Virginia, along with UE staff coordinator Dante Strabino. Brenda Hines from Black Workers for Justice also traveled on the brigade, along with 100 other activists from across the United States.
Represents that this blockade is evil. I learned that the Cuban people are so resilient. I learned that socialism is really working here. They have free health care. On top of that, we visited a hospital in which there's a 0 maternity rate, 0 babies die after being delivered here. While in the States, black women are significantly more likely to be killed in childbirth.
Brigadistas participated in voluntary work at several community gardens and food production centers to help the Cuban Revolution feed its people. We helped weed, haul dirt and rocks, move mulch piles, harvest vegetables, and more. Due to the devastating U.S. blockade, the economy of Cuba is struggling. It is not just an embargo, but a full-on blockade, which stops most countries in the world from being able to conduct any trade with Cuba. We learned how this blockade is the primary reason people in Cuba are struggling, not due to the affairs of their government or their people. In fact, the opposite is true. Despite having no access to food, medical supplies, car parts, machine parts, or many other manufactured and raw goods produced around the world, the Cuban people have been able to self-organize to take care of themselves and still provide universal free health care, housing for all workers, food rations. In Cuba, education is free from kindergarten through college, including becoming a doctor, including room, food, and books. 66% of Cuban people have a higher education degree, the highest in Latin America. In fact, at the Latin American School of Medicine, ELAM, they provide free doctor degrees to poor and oppressed people around the world. They have a particular deep solidarity with the continent of Africa that currently has students from over a dozen countries studying at ELAM. We were greeted at a seminar with doctoral students from Niger, Benin, Palestine, Colombia, the Philippines, and China, all studying in Cuba for free. UE150 members got to visit ELAM, as well as many community hospitals, maternal health clinics, schools, to see how the Cuban system works for the people. Cuba has an infant mortality rate significantly lower than the U.S., and many of the hospitals we visited reported that not a single mother or newborn baby has ever died in their facility. In addition, Cuba was the first country in the world to stop transmission of HIV from the mother to the newborn baby. They also have a drug to alleviate the effects of dementia and Alzheimer's, conditions that the U.S. healthcare system has not invested to resolve. Every worker in Cuba is in a union. We were able to visit a meat packing plant and talk to workers in many sectors about their jobs. In Cuba, the unions have an official role in helping to shape overall government policies, including housing, food and wages. We are excited to build on our relations we established with the Cuban Federation of Trade Unions, the CTC, who were present at many meetings we attended. On the day after May Day, UE150 members participated in an international solidarity conference with Cuba, along 380 people from 28 countries around the world. Many union members, union and social movement leaders from Ghana, South Africa, China, Palestine, Brazil, Uruguay, and all over the world gave reports about the work they are doing to stop U.S. imperialism and be in solidarity with Cuba.
To build that mass organized anti-imperialist movement, we must bring the frontline fighters of our liberation struggles in the U.S., African and indigenous peoples, poor and working class people, to Cuba to learn from the Cuban Revolution and to take those lessons back to movements for social justice in the United States. We must fight to internationalize our struggles, our labor movements, our tenant struggles, our social justice movements in the United States, and help the masses within the belly of the beast understand that our struggles are connected to the global struggle against imperialism.
Solidaridad internacional, solidaridad internacional, solidaridad internacional, solidaridad.
The trip was life-changing. To be able to experience the revolutionary struggle in real time, to be able to see the effects of a socialist society that actually works, has left me with a new level of resistance and a fuel for organizing on behalf of every individual that has been lied to by the United States of America.
Cuando el orden proletario enarbola su bandera, siempre adelante,